Hey y'all, what's up? What's up? It's your girl here, Nealia. Welcome to the channel. So yes, I want to make this will probably be my final and last video on Valko. I don't know yet, but there's a lot of boycotting protests going on to bring this character back. I really was interested in him. I already made 2 videos on him already. Go check those out before you check this one. Also, there's a YouTuber called Gotcha Goblin. She's been keeping up a lot. I saw one of her videos already. She's been keeping up with the whole Valko situation. So be sure to go check her out on her channel is Gotcha Goblin. Go check her out as well. So back to this. So yeah, like I said, there's ways on how to protest, safe ways to protest, unfollow last social media, app store, give it a 1 rating, log it in or not logging in. They're telling you not to log in or not logging in. Financial boycott, don't spend no money. Dangerous action, harassment of developers or other players responding to haters' comments, especially on red note, offensive messages which may lead to communication channels being restricted or closed, false reports or mass reporting of the game, spreading misinformation or sharing unverified information, join the protest. So I guess they're telling you not to do this, dangerous actions not to do, but that's what some people are doing anyway. I am not going to I would like to log in to see what's going on because I did went on there to go see what's going on. This is not for me. I'm not telling y'all how to protest. I'm just telling you what they're saying, but I did went on to log in to see what happened. I haven't logged in a minute, but I am going to go log in to see what's going on with the game. The last time I logged in, they were just doing, like I said, they were doing a Zane rerun. So that did let me know. That's how I found out that something was going on with Valko. Remember when I made my second video on Valko, I explained that. And one of the things was there was a lot of miscommunication around what some of the Chinese girls, not all of them, they call them the Chinese crazies, the CN crazies. Some of you guys, not all of you. I think there was a lot of miscommunication. So about the 731 experiment and the Love and D space, he's not 731. Okay, basically what some of the Chinese girls did, they were going in the past and they were bringing up past things in Love and D space to shut down Love and D space and to shut down Infinity. I actually talked about this in my other video. And it's the 731 is not Valko. The thing is, what they're doing is they were so upset how the way Valko looked. To me, Valko looks handsome, but a lot of the girls did not like how the way he looked. So what they did was, what the CN crazies did was they went and got old past dirt on INFOLD, which was from the games, and say, hey, you guys got political views, we're going to go tell the government on you guys. So let me play this video for you guys because there's a lot of miscommunication on this, and I'm seeing a bunch of people just yelling out anything. They're not doing a research. So let me play this video for you guys. It's from Red Note. It's from my it's not from Red Note. It's from Reddit, and this is how this whole 731 conversation came into play. This is on Affinity Nikki on Reddit. INFOLD canceling Valko and Last sets a very bad precedent for their games. So if you do not know, INFOLD just canceled their new love interest in Last because they got bullied by some CN players. I'm talking people going into their headquarters, being obscene, sending them cow dunk and mail, to the point they had to tighten security to protect the people working inside. I also heard that people got the Chinese government involved. I'm unsure of this part, so take it with a grain of salt. On one part, I understand their decision because this is now beyond just people calling for boycotts online. It got to the territory of physical assault, and even though these are a minority, there are still in the thousands of people. On the other hand, the means similar stuff can happen in Nikki, and this is why I thought I would mention this here, especially with all discussions happening around the game these days. Edit. Okay, I got a bit more info about the CN government thing. It's mainly because of something similar to symbol being added in the game. It hurt the feelings of a lot of CN players, and the league is more of the side thing now. Since the government is already involved, they're saying since the new lead is a wolf, he is promoting breaking and entering and assaulting women because we are inviting a wolf into our own homes. Take that how you will, but this sounds to me like those Nikki moms talking, I'm not gonna lie, the part about the lead. The only thing is valid. Edit 2. I added a picture in the comments that clarifies a bit more why some CN players are protesting, trying to get the CN government involved. We're going to look at that picture. Nikki posted an explanation. This is edit 3 here on Reddit post that explains everything a lot better than I ever could. If you're seeing this post, want a better explanation, please check it out. We'll look at that, but this is the picture she's talking about. I hope my audio sounds good. If it's not, I apologize. But this is what they're saying that might have started a protest or made the CN players upset. It says trial subject Isaiah record keeper Soren. Trial subject status excellent, compliance high. After administering the beta type adaptation serum, the subject native vital signs and physical. Was it psychological, physical? Y'all know me, I'm horrible with words. I can't read these. It's so tiny. My eyes are horrible. Markers remain stable. No acute rejection from the immune system or organ dysfunction was observed as initially anticipated. Note, the subject royal bloodline demonstrates significant environment time. I don't look times with no signs of physical aging. I don't understand. Am I confused? Like what how so there's more information on it. So it says this is a picture that's going around in Red Note about why CM players are doing what they are doing, typing to involve the government. Oh wow. Failure to directly address the connection between 731 and historical trauma. Many netizens question the exclusion of the 731 within the context of human experimentation. Storyline suggests it cannot be explained simply as meaningless placement. The official statement failed to issue a formal apology for hurting national sentiment. Failure to address the skewed values of the illegal intrusion. Content officials, media outlets such as the new character storyline for involving a wolf into the house, romanticizing the legal act of trespassing and what? And disregarding the safety of women living alone. The statement only modified the text without reflecting on creative logic and values. Despite enjoying support for culture export resources, the overseas version significantly reduced and replaced many Chinese local elements, failing to shoulder the responsibility of culture export. Now, you got to understand with Chinese culture is a lot different from, anybody else culture is different. They're more strict and they're more reserved, and you have to respect their thoughts, and I understand that. But this is a video game. This is a mobile game. This is not real life. This is a mobile game. I want to put that out there. And this is what somebody's saying. Remember, I told y'all, Silas and Caleb has been talked about for a whole year. I even gave y'all guys receipts on how to look that up in my first video. Go watch that video first and come back. It says, let me say about the second one, Caleb dragged you and Silas kidnapped you. Some of them are nitpicking. But what they don't understand is Caleb and Silas too has gotten dragged as well. Especially Caleb, because they said that he's doing incest with MC, which they're not technically blood related. They're not blood related, but he calls him his little sister. I kept telling y'all all last year, people, when I was making my videos, that people did not like some women did not like that term. So yeah, let me go back up to the top. So say this is a long one, but it explains the situation and why there is a chance that Infinity might be affected. The whole issue started when the new male love interest was revealed. Many players thought he was unattractive. I said that in my other video, but the bigger complaint was that introducing a new love interest would take away the gamer's already limited resources. They felt paper games had neglected their favorite characters for a long time, yet suddenly introduced someone new. People were saying things like this: you haven't updated the character I love, but you have time to make a new one. What do you think my favorite character is? I spent money for my favorite character, and now you're using it to support someone else. My money should only be used for my favorite character. I literally have said this 1,000 times. I said that there's too much content. I said that at the beginning of the year. I said that there was too much content that INFOLD is putting out. I've been talking about this on my channel for a hot minute. I've been noticing is too much content. And it's because a lot of girls want more content. I'm like, man, hold up. I love me some Love in D Space, but I have other games to play. because I was gonna get ready for Leon. So I was like, look, we can't have all this content. Like, I need less content for Love and Deep Space so I can keep up and be over there with my boy Leon when he come out in February. We're gonna go on a date. So I was ready for him. So um I'm just like, it was just too much content, and I found out it's because some players want more content, more characters, others didn't. I was cool just the way it was. Just to bring that out. In China's female oriented game community, organizing rights protection campaigns is very common. You can think of it as an online version of a large scale protest. Whenever players are dissatisfied, they often organize massive online campaigns together. After protesting for day or two, Paper Games still did not promise to remove the new love interest, so emotions escalated. At that point, people who already wanted Paper Games to fail allegedly joined in and began searching for every possible mistake the company had ever made. Players who felt ignored became even more emotional after being encouraged by others. Some demanded refunds, wanted the game to shut down, and even imagined a special offline version that would continue to let them play. As emotions continued building and more criticism spread, dozens of accusations against Paper Games appeared. Among them, the issue involving 731 became the biggest because 731 related to Japanese wartime history and political sensitivity in China. It quickly became the central issue. People argued that using reference connection to Unit 731 and human experimentation showed an unacceptable political stance. After the 731 issue gained attention, people continued spreading it widely through trending topics and news coverage. The concern became that if paper games were officially viewed as having an unacceptable political stance, the game could be shut down and even affect the company's other games. Some also believe that if paper games collapse, it will leave a large opening in the female oriented game market for competitors. Right now, opinions in China are divided into several groups. Paper games did nothing wrong politically, every year people bring politicals into discussions around major updates, especially around January, February, and June, July. These repeated controversies are exhausting and prevent ordinary players from simply enjoying the game. Paper game has a serious political problem. Players should unite, stop logging in, stop spending money, and continue until the game is brought down. I'm trying to read behind that. They believe anything involving 71 is unforgivable. People who don't even play the game, which I do, because the contrary appeared in the news, they also became involved, seeing both 731 and human experimentations mentioned together. They believe there is no excuse and want Paper Games to face severe punishment. Paper Games has released 3 official statements, but opponents interpreted every one of them as a declaration of war. For example, when the latest statement was posted late at night, some people said, Paper Games is provoking players again in the middle of the night. Why post it so late? Are they following American time instead of Chinese time? No, ma'am. They're following y'all time. Y'all get whatever y'all want. At the moment, there is still no official conclusion. Regarding Paper Games' political stance, the controversy is no longer just about canceling the new love interest. Many people are now calling for the Chinese authorities to conduct a full investigation into Paper Games. As for me, I'm waiting to see what happened next. I think everything started because the emotions surrounding the rights protection movement became unstable, creating an opportunity for outside groups to stir things up. Excuse me. I feel that these movements often overuse the idea of justice to pressure others and really dislike that behavior. Normally, when these disputes are small, I avoid getting involved, but this time it became far too big. Bringing accusations related to political stance, a topic that absolutely should not be used lightly, is something I find unforgivable. In the end, only only one or two outcomes will happen. If Paper Games truly has a political problem, then it would deserve whatever consequences follow. But if Paper Games is clear, and then the people who maliciously use such serious political issues to attack company under the name of rights protection should be held responsible. Now, there's a lot. It explains that this has to do with the history of Chinese and Japanese. So the supplementary note explains that around 80 years ago, during Japan's invasion of China, many Chinese civilians were offed, and Unit 731 became famous for conducting human experimentations. Because of this history reference to 731, our human experimentation are extremely sensitive in China. We players found content they believe referenced these topics in the game story. It triggered an enormous backlash. Since historical views between China and Japan differ and relations remain politically sensitive, the controversy grew much larger than a normal game dispute. It also notes that the original protest demanding the removal of new male character had, by this point, moved far beyond that original issue. The discussion has shifted almost entirely to the allegation around the game's handling of political sensitive historical themes. So this is pretty much why the Infinity Nikki might as well. That game might be going away too. Might. But both games might be going away. Both games might be shut down. Like I said, this is just allegedly. We don't know yet. I think the issue is also related to the sixth male protagonist himself. People feel that the resources for the character they love would end up being divided. But originally, I think there were other ways to handle this, and it shouldn't have been necessary to remove the sixth character. Now the situation has become so out of control that they have no choice but to remove him. It's not enough to just remove him. They also need to explain their political stance. Otherwise, the game as a whole won't be able to calm down and the situation will continue. It's still a mess. This issue isn't over yet. So far, Paper Games has only responded to the issue of removing the new male love interest. People are still continuing to question Paper Games' political stance. At first, some people suggested if you really want to release him, then just make him available only in the overseas version. I actually didn't think that was a bad idea. If players in China couldn't accept him, then simply don't release him in the Chinese version. I'm here for it. I'm so here for it. But now I don't think that's possible anymore since the issue has become tied to political concerns. I don't think releasing him only overseas is an option either at this point. I think they had no choice but to remove him. Cut it off, put that in there. So that was a lot to take in, but I wanted you guys to see that full breakdown of how it started. Now, what I said before was it was because they find him unattractive. A lot of people, not just Chinese girls, mostly shiny girls, didn't like him. You saw they went and got the government involved, but there was some girls over here too that didn't. They thought he was okay. I mean, I even had some people that literally was saying like, "Oh, he looks okay. He doesn't look that good." I thought he was attractive. I thought he was handsome. That's just my opinion. It's nothing wrong with that if you find him unattractive. It's nothing wrong with that. But my thing is to the point where it has to involve the government. That's just ridiculous. Now, here is the tea over there on Red Note. I put this on TikTok, and this caused a lot of issues where TikTok had to come in and block a lot of people off my page. Like, they literally had to, you know, I think they blind the message. They hid the messages because it was so bad that a lot of people did not want this to be spread. But this is the truth. It was because he was unattractive and he was dark. So let me give you this tea. Let me share this with you guys. Okay, so be sure to look at my video already first before this. I explained the 731 experiment and why the shiny girlies they don't like Valko. It's because they said the experiment. That's what it was. It was based off the experiment and the history of China 80 years ago with Japan. You know, using Chinese people as an experiment. You have to go look at that video first that I made before this one. So it says to the global players, it was never really about Valko. This is not meant to be a judgment on Valkyrie in any way. Everyone is free to like him or dislike him. I'm only trying to explain how things reached this point and why so many people who were hurt by the same company have been pushed into attacking each other. CN players had already been deeply frustrated with the game for a long time, and INFOLD kept ignoring us no matter who the sixth lead was announcing and promoting him at announcing and promoting him. Time like this in a way was always going to lead to the same outcome because all it did was remain seeing players once again that info never cared about anything we have been asking for. So pay attention to what I'm saying because they're saying that it was never about Valko, it was about the experiment. That's what it was said. So this was saying it's not about Valko, then let him come back at least global servers only. So we're also unhappy that INFOLD simply deleted Valko to shift attention away from the real issue and pretend they no longer had to face that much more serious mistakes they made. Okay. And it says, I like to share a letter written by Senior Miss Hunter. Her explanation is much more comprehensive, clear than mine, and I hope it can help you understand how this situation unfolded from the perspective of at least some CN players. So yet again, this person said the same thing, like they put in the global players versus the Chinese players. This situation with Valko being canceled shows only that company listen only to Chinese players. Global player voices are never reached their ears, to be honest. Maybe in that case, don't launch the game on the global servers if you're not ready to take a feedback, because this is a real mess. So down here, they're talking about how they're putting people, the women across the seas versus the Chinese players. You can see it down here. So now just driving a much worse situation between CN and overseas fandoms. Yes, you're right. So you see that for yourself. Now I couldn't, find the one video because it was like a girl, she was talking about it and she was saying that she was breaking it down with the experiment and all that, and then what people were saying was what people were saying was, oh no, like this was about the 731 experiment, this is about Chinese history and Japanese history. So I'm gonna speed it up for you a little bit. I came across this. I want you guys to see this. I came across this on Red Note. Red Note is being messy and just showing me this, right? They're changing his face and his skin tone and stuff like that. Okay? So you go down here, you can see it right there that they want him to look more like this, like they're changing his features, things like that. This is before the 731 experiment came out. This is before the 731. So I want you guys to understand that. Real is a combination of the five of them. I don't need to say who this looks like, right? So they didn't really like his face. And then this is like, how long ago was this? What's this? When was this post? Yeah, this is like 5 days ago. Somebody was saying group buy. I don't know what that means. This was like 2 days ago. This was 6 days ago, 5 days ago. This picture right here was 5 days. So this has to been posted like 5 days ago. This is before the 731 experiment. This is not around that time frame. This is mostly about the face. Then I started seeing some weird ish on here. I started noticing this guy was trending. Who was he? He was trending. He was trending a lot on, Red Nun. I'm like, why is he trending a lot? Like a lot of girls were like the Chinese girlies and some other girls were going crazy over him. I was like, okay, that's what y'all like. Good for y'all. So if y'all did not know, the Chinese girlies were making this a couple days ago. This was like 624. They were making him as the new lads. Oh my god, really? They were making him as the new lads, like a part of the Love and D space. Like they wanted him. They wanted him as the new Love and D space character. Yeah, they were making like Love and D space type thing for him. I had to save this. I saved some of it so you guys can see. And I don't know what's up with the Donald Trump thing. And this was, and you see, they have. Why would they have this? Why would they have him, and then have this picture here of all 6 members? Let that sink in. Let that sink in. Let that sink in. This was 624. I figured out where it was at. All right. So no, is that right? All right. All right. Stop messing around. Uncle Helen is an athlete. Trump is usually very busy. So I guess this person here was saying stop playing around. Like, what's going on here? Like they were just making up all kind of stuff over there about Love and D space. Because once Valko came out, they all started making like, well, make this person last member. Make that person, like, you see what I'm going at? Like, you see what I'm getting at? So that's what was going on over there. So people, it came over to Instagram. So I'm back over on Instagram, right? So the Norwegian football Erling Haaland has become an unexpected internet sensation in China, where fans are reimagining Manchester City star as a romantic heartthrob from the popular mobile game Love and D Space. The trend has taken off during the 2026 FIFA World Cup, with Haaland's popularity surging across Chinese social media platforms. In China, okay, and record breaking, we already know about him. This is hilarious. This dude gonna be the blueprint for some was it Gundam or Dark Fantasy managed villain in a few years. I know they're doing this because they hate Valko, but this is the funniest thing I've ever seen in my life. Guys, sorry to break it to you. Here's the real six lead apparently. So that's where this is 6 days ago, y'all. They were posting this 6 days ago. So this is what people were saying. So this is 6 days ago. That's why I said I find it very interesting. They're trying to say that it's because of the 731 experience. I think they're using that to get rid of him. And now they're trying to change it. Like, oh, we don't want him to go on. We just want him to fix the problem. So they said they are comparing him to our fictional husbands, LMAO. They are doing this because they were unsatisfied with the new male lead Valko. Stop. All over the games. Last, are we being for real right now? They could have used Woo Wah, not last. Who's gonna pick Bro on there? Bro needs to grow a beard. The seventh lead after Valkyro. What the F, bro? A lot of people were like laughing. They were having a haha moment. Let me show you something else. So the fans think Hurley looks like the Dragon Balls. I forgot what pronounce his name, but I was like, wow. Look at this. And that's y'all loving D Space 6. Remember? Let that sink in, girlies. Let that sink in. I'm done. So yeah, I wanted to talk about that a little bit. So that's what I wanted to bring out. So I want y'all guys to see the tea before I go on, because I started getting deeper and deeper, and I said, oh, this is where all this experiment BS and all this political nonsense came from. It was to shut down Love and D Space because they were upset because of how the way he looked. It was never about the political views. It was basically always about how Silas was a villain. It was always about how Caleb was incest. And now it's Valko. It's about how the way he's unattractive. And so what they do is, from like the person state, is always around at the beginning of the year or in the middle of the year or when something new is coming out, they bring out political views. That's what they do every time to threaten INFOLD. And that's why, I'm sorry, this is why Infinity Nikki is a mess. That's why it was glitching out and it was buggy and having problems. Because they wanted co-op over there. It was the Chinese girlies that wanted co-op. Also, they changed how the way they did Infinity Nikki at the beginning when you first played the game. They now change it to where it's at the, I forgot the name of the island, but where you're not that, because I haven't played Infinity Nikki in a minute, but when I want to replay it over, they change how the way the main story goes now, because the Chinese girls say they want it that way. So they do listen to, INFOLD does listen to the Chinese girls a lot. And I also want to bring this out. It done got to the point where they have taken these guys from the FIFA Cup and they're now making them into K-pop stars. Look at this. They're making them into Big Bang. And I know Big Bang has a messy past, but I also see this with ATEEZ as well. They were doing this with other groups. I've been seeing this online. I don't think it's funny. I don't, because basically what y'all saying is, I mean, they got one Asian guy here, but I've been seeing a bunch of FIFA Cup guys where the women are, replacing their men with the FIFA Cup men. So I want to bring that out too. I don't think this is funny. I think this is weird. I think this is odd. A lot of the international girls are like, this is just weird. It's very weird and it's very odd. They are talking about that he possibly might be coming back. That is what they're saying, that he might be coming back. There's several videos on YouTube right now, 2 days ago, 4 days ago. Like, they're talking about the movement that he might be coming back. So after we done clear all that up, this is what they said. They issue another silent update, but coming soon. But look at this. So this is on Love and D Space. It says they've issued another silent update, but coming soon remains. This has to be intentional, right? They have removed Xavier's world underneath story due to the 731 issue. That's why I explained the 731 issue, because it's involved Xavier. And they have also made changes to the Catch-22 tattoos on the leads, but still, Valko and mentions of Encore tech remain in the story, as well as the coming soon. They are giving us hope, but I'm not sure if this is a good thing. I don't know. So this is what they did. They're showing you here how they changed the story around. I didn't quite understand the 731 either, but when I did deeper research, I found out they were using Xavier's story to get rid of Valko. That's why Valko is gone, because INFOLD was scared of the government. They were scared of the Chinese government. I also heard that they were going to move to Thailand. I have no clue, child. It's all kind of rumors going around. But yeah, this is what's going on. They're having a, like, people have been talking about this. Like, this is crazy. So somebody said down here, it says, I think it's Follies, is I see it as neutral, to be honest. They don't want to cause more of the firestorm. They don't want to rename ashes that might be smothered. If they take out coming soon, that's a statement on Valko. If they remove the Wu story, that's about the potential government censorship that could be looming over their shoulder. They can remain silent on one while answering the other. If I were INFOLD and I didn't want to put Valko back, I leave that stuff in. Stay absolutely radio silent until everyone gives up, and then quietly take all that stuff out. If I were INFOLD and I did want to put back Valko back, I leave that stuff in, address potential government concerns, get my ducks in row, and then make my announcement. I think they are scrambling right now. I'm sure they all have all week though. Whatever their next move is regarding Valko is still stir up controversy no matter this decision. So they need to operate very carefully and with better restraint than better. No more impulsive chain yanking. Let me just put on my tinfoil hat right now. INFOLD has been weathering a crazy storm in China. The only semi-good press they have gone in the last week comes from all the girls, CN Plus Global, who are rooting for Valko. Even if they intend to put Valko in the game, they want to discourage us. We're helping them save face. So yeah, you can kind of see there's a conversation going online on Reddit. I've been on Reddit a lot because they're the more stable. I have not really been on TikTok and Twitter. You'll see the Gotcha Goblin, the YouTuber. She actually was talking about this, how the way Twitter is a mess, like when it comes to Love and D Space. And I'm like, Twitter always been a mess. It will always be a mess in the future. That's why I tried to delete my Twitter account, but I couldn't because Elon won't let me do it. You have to pay to delete it. It won't let me. I cannot delete my Twitter account. I don't even use it because I just don't like Twitter, and TikTok is a mess. Both of them are very messy, misinformation. You don't really know what's going on if you're just staying over there in that bubble. I advise people to leave Twitter when it comes to trying to get information or news or anything. Do not go to Twitter. Do not go to TikTok. It's misinformation. Don't go over there. That's why Google is no longer pinpointing over to Twitter and to TikTok anymore. They're only pinpointing to either YouTube or Reddit, and then they give you articles. They're no longer like, go over here. I don't know if y'all noticed that or peeped that, but Google, like, look at this when I type this in. When I type Valko might be coming back, they gave me Reddit and they gave me YouTube. Reddit, shit, they even giving Facebook over Twitter and thing. Look how long it takes. They give me Instagram. Look at that, Instagram. TikTok is one person. That's just one person. They're not even really pushing TikTok and Twitter like that. They only pushing Reddit, Instagram, and it's mainly YouTube. So I just want to bring that out. That this go to show you that there's a lot of misinformation on TikTok and Twitter. So I just want to bring that out. So I want to bring this out. So the game will go on a 2-month hiatus. This person didn't even put a comment. So INFOLD has removed all the Love and D Space. They were trying to say it was just the 6 member. They said no, it's all the Love and D Space posters from the entrance. Valko will be back. Who knows? So shout out to this person, Raphael Silas. Thank you for posting, because there was people trying to say that they only took off the new person, which was Valko. This person got the tea. Thank you. It says, if you're seeing this, it means there will be another announcement tomorrow. The 6 mil leads are safe, but the game will be suspended for 2 months for major reconstructing. This is probably the best solution available right now. Ever since the news came out last night, I felt uneasy at first. I was just watching the drama unfold like a bystander, but when they raised the banner saying they would delete the male lead based on votes, it was honestly chilling. Under these circumstances, suspending the service is actually a good thing. It helps cool down the arguments in the community while giving players who genuinely care about the game and the male leads time to calm down and collect themselves. I totally agree with this. Those who were only chasing internet attention will leave once there's no more attention to the game. Sacrificing the game temporarily to preserve the future of the 6 male lead is in a way cutting off the tail to save the body. Temporarily shutting down the game to protect the male lead is the only way to survive. The planned main story update for September can still be released together afterward. It feels like this is the best possible outcome at the moment. So they have this also in Chinese. So this probably came from Red Note. That is sad. They took all of them down. That was where it's really sad. So it's at the time of correction, Valko. They're saying Valko is saved, but the game will be suspended for about 2 months before making a comeback with all 6 leads. If this is true, then I'll be so happy. I honestly think this is the best decision. Taking a temporary hiatus is far better than losing one of the leads forever. And we need a break too, so this is the best solution right now. And please take it with a grain of salt. But this actually removed the poster. It's true. I saw this on XHS. Yeah, I've been seeing this too. It's all the posters. It's not just him, it's all the posters were taken down. I just saw that. I also saw Chinese girls as well was outside. I don't know if I can show it. Let me see if I can find it. But yeah, I don't know if I can find it. But yeah, I saw somebody they were taking all the pictures down off, and I was like, wow, this is like so sad. I mean, this is the best thing they can do is go on a hiatus while everybody's still talking about it. Like I say, I play Love and D-Space on my channel, but I do play other mobile games. This is a mobile gaming channel, so I will be playing other different types of mobile games. But yeah, let me know what you think down below in the comment area. But as for now, so see y'all later. Peace.